Sometimes, yeah. You ever look back and wonder what if? Let's talk about it. Caught between the girl I was and who I'm trying to be. Every photograph reminds me of your smile, looking back at me. We were writing our own story, but I tore out all the pages. Now I'm trapped inside this moment, feeling older than my ages. You were patient, you were kind, gave me space when I was lost. But I didn't know that freedom came with such a heavy cost. Now the silence where you used to be is deafening and cold. Sometimes youth is wasted on the young, or so I'm told. Maybe I was chasing shadows, running from the light. Maybe I was too afraid to hold you tight. Now I'm reaching out for something that's no longer there. Sometimes life's not fair. Sometimes I'm brave, sometimes I break, sometimes I break, sometimes I give more than I can take. Sometimes your memory pulls me through. Sometimes I'm lost without you. Sometimes I'm certain, sometimes I'm new. Sometimes I scream, sometimes I'm quiet. Sometimes this heart beats just for you. Sometimes I wonder if yours does too. Midnight conversations playing on repeat inside my head. All the things I should have told you, but I left them all unsaid. We were dancing in the kitchen to our favorite summer song. I was too consumed with leaving to see where I belonged. Your jacket's in my closet, still smells like your cologne. I wrap it tight around me when I'm feeling all alone. The future that we paint is slowly faded into gray. Sometimes the hardest lessons are the ones we learn too late. Maybe we will move in a different speed. Maybe I got tangled in my own needs, but looking back I see it crystal clear. Sometimes what you want is already here. Sometimes I'm brave, sometimes I break, sometimes I break, sometimes I give more than I can take. Sometimes your memory pulls me through. Sometimes I'm lost without you. Sometimes I'm certain, sometimes I doubt. Sometimes I scream, sometimes I'm quiet. Sometimes this heart beats just for you. Sometimes I wonder if yours does too. And if the universe could grant me one more chance, I'd pull you close and never let go of your hands. I'd tell you that my fears were just smoke and mirrors, babe. That you were always worth the risk I didn't take. Now I'm standing in the ruins of my own design, wishing I could travel back and rewrite every line. But clocks don't turn around no matter how we plead. Sometimes growing up means watching good things leave. Ran into your sister at the grocery store last week. Yeah. She said you're doing well now, got everything you seek. My smile was automatic, but my heart was sinking low. Sometimes happy for you is the hardest thing to show. I asked if you remember all the plans we used to make. She said you moved forward, left behind the heartache. And though I'm glad you're healing, there's a selfish part of me that hopes sometimes you think of what we used to be. Maybe you've forgotten how we used to shine. Maybe I'm just living in a different time. But every song we love so makes me feel you near. Sometimes moving on means holding on to tears. Sometimes I break, sometimes I rise, sometimes I gave. Sometimes your ghost walks through my door. Sometimes I can't take this anymore. Sometimes I'm flying, sometimes I fall. Sometimes I got it. For forever wasn't meant for me and you. Sometimes in my dreams, you're lying next to me. Sometimes when I wake up, that's all it'll ever be. Sometimes love means letting someone find their way. Sometimes tomorrow starts by letting go of yesterday. Sometimes